3Commas API hack. What has happened? Certainly not the way I've planned to start up my channel here, but I think given the recent occurrence, it's important to share the information, what has happened, and most importantly, how to prevent it. What has happened? So firstly, I woke up on Christmas morning and I noticed $70,000 less in my trading account. I checked my 3Commas app, checked again, thought it might doesn't sync correctly. I checked on the Binance account, but it was true. Contacted Binance, which confirmed there was a strange occurrence. There was heaps of trades happened overnight, and didn't weren't initiated by myself. So, and due to an API key, which was linked back to my 3Commas account. Binance was very helpful and acted straight away, locked down because the trading was still happening, so prevented any further loss. But that's how it started up. So let me tell you what to do. Before we get any further, I wanted to introduce you to Cryptotrading. Welcome. My name is Ralph, and I'm a family father of 2 kids, and I've been in the crypto game for a bit over 3 years. I'm working full time, but I think this is an interesting industry to be part of, and obviously can be pretty profitable as well. But that's one of the main reasons I thought I'd start up this channel, is to share what I've done over the last 3 years and kind of developed a strategy to avoid other people making the same mistake as well. It's not an idea of making millions overnight. It's a long process. It's a learning process. But the purpose of this channel is just to share ideas, my knowledge, trading plans, any latest information, what people should be aware of, tools we use, setups I use, and the plan is to keep updates on a weekly basis. So let's continue. So 3Commas API hack. What has happened? Hackers or hacker managed to gain access to thousands of API keys from 3Commas. To my knowledge, as to date, it's not really clear if there was an inside job or someone hacked in externally. I know the FBI has been heavily involved because I'm in regular contact with 3Commas and getting updates. But to my knowledge, they haven't really figured out exactly where the attack was coming from. But the first thing when it happened to me, I woke up, and said, hang on, how is that possible? How can people withdraw money from my account? All my API keys don't allow withdrawal, but obviously there's smart people around. So step one, what the hackers have done, obviously got hold of a lot of API keys, and then simultaneously on a lot of different accounts, and it's clearly evident on all the transactions. They liquidated all my portfolio positions. They sold Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, everything what I had in my account, liquidated it and converted it back to USDT. Then what they've done, and that was probably weeks before the attack happened, is they bought themselves a really low cap coin, and that was the MIR coin, at a very, very low price. And then pretty much simultaneously with all the hacked API keys, they ended up pushing the market price up to gain a lot of profits. And I'll show you the chart in a minute. And then once at a certain level, they sold their own coins and then causing the market to crash again. So that's a way you can actually lose a lot of money without actually having to withdraw or gain from someone else's account with actually having to withdraw funds from their account. Pretty smart way, but yeah, lessons learned. Here you can see what has happened on the 25th, 26th of December. Very short time frame. It only happened over 6-7 hours. It was over a 250% rise with a very, very sharp drop, which was almost 50% as well, to put that whole thing in perspective. Firstly, I don't wish anyone this experience. It's obviously a substantial loss of your own personal money, but It's more the emotional stress you go through doing the process. So let's have a look into what each of you guys can do to make it as hard as possible to an attacker to access your account. So obviously, if anything happens again, I don't think if anyone would have been affected as part of this, he would have probably revoked the API keys. So I know a lot of the exchanges automatically revoke API keys as part of this attack. But if you haven't done it, revoke your API keys and generate a new one. And obviously, the other most important thing is contact your local cybersecurity police or anyone who deals with that stuff. We're based in Australia here, so there's the website cyber.gov.au. These guys are pretty helpful. It's a report you can fill out and lodge it, and then they start investigating and contacting the relevant exchanges and 3Commas. And obviously keep you in the loop on what's going on. Now, if you start to reconnect your account via API key, just be aware there's different ways you can reconnect it. There's the public API key, which is literally, I think, the most common way. You go to the exchange and you click on generate API key. You copy the API key to wherever you want to trade, 3Commas or any other trading account. Obviously means that API key gets generated on the exchange. There's a risk there. Private API key is that means you got to download a key generator software on your computer to generate the key. Means obviously the whole key is only generated on your machine and not on the exchange. Or there's the API fast connect method, which is over a third party application to assist in API key generation. So that's three ways. I think they're all pretty much the same. Most importantly, don't write down the API key anywhere on keep it saved on your PC pretty much straight after you made a connection, delete and remove it from your device. Step 3. This is probably the most important aspect of API keys. Just make sure you don't enable withdrawals. That means obviously if anyone wants to get your account or your money, they have to do it over a third way, but they can't directly withdraw via your API key. So really important, don't allow withdrawals when you set up a new API key. Step 4, whitelist API to an IP address. This is probably the second most important safety aspect. That means the API key via the IP address of the exchange can only be used with a certain IP address. That means obviously if the API key gets stolen, it can't be used only if anything is sent from the 3Commas or any other trading app. Otherwise, the API key is pretty much useless. Unfortunately, it's not possible yet on all exchanges, but as you see, OKX is possible. Also, Bybit allows whitelisting of API keys, and hopefully a lot more are gonna follow that way, but very important. Step 5, whitelist coins which can be traded. Most exchanges offer this option, so you can actually limit the amount of trading pairs which can be traded by the API key. That helps in a certain way if the attackers try to do a pump and dump, as what happened with the 3Commas hack. If you have limited your trading pairs to the main, say, top 20 pairs, which have a large market cap, this is almost impossible to do. So a very good way, but as I said, it limits the amount of trading pairs or robots you use. So it can be quite time consuming. Sixth and final step is make sure you change your API keys regularly. This is very important to make sure it reduces the time hackers have to prepare for an attack. these targeted attacks, which happen on 3Commas, takes weeks and months to prepare to get everything ready. So if you end up changing your key on a regular basis, that means you're pretty much out of the equation. So very important. That was pretty much it. That's the end of this tutorial. So if you enjoyed it, hope you got something out of it, but please like it, comment on it if you share similar experience, if you have any ideas or anything else which to contribute, please put comment on it. I will try to get back to you. That's the end of this video. What's next? I want to stick to weekly updates. So next week, I want to talk about what trading platform is best and how to set up your trading desk if you're new to trading. So hopefully you're going to learn something from it. Hope to see you back. And please, if you enjoyed it, like my channel, subscribe to my channel, and see you next week. Bye-bye.